Okay, now I'm going to demonstrate how you can create actual integration service in API Manager product. To create API or service implementation, you have multiple approaches. So if you look at demo script under C2 uh, and E3, there was some requirement to, in the E3, we have requirement to demonstrate how we can create API from existing data source. To demonstrate that part, I'm going to use data source, database table, employee table I have, and inside that I have some employee data. I'm going to expose that to outside as API. So that is my first scenario. And my second scenario, I have different service endpoints. They are returning XML, JSON, and the SOAP responses. So what I'm going to do now is aggregate them and create single response in JSON format and send it back to client. And also, in my third scenario, I'm going to demonstrate how you can expose event source to outside, Kafka event source to outside as WebSocket API. So these are the three scenarios I'm going to try. So let me start with the first one. So to demonstrate this flow, I'm going to use Integration Studio. This is very easy to use uh, drag and drop tool based IDE, which helps you to design and develop your integration flows, right? So to start with, I have started a data service project. So when you create data service project, you can provide basic information like its name and other information. Then you need to provide transport setting. So which are the transports you are going to expose this, and if need, you can provide authentication and authorization details as well. Then you can provide your data source details. So data source details mean MySQL driver and the database URL, username, password, and other relevant information about your database or the data source. Okay. So then on top of this database, you can write some queries. So these queries include what exactly we're going to do with this database table. For example, in this read employees query, I'm going to read some attributes from employees table. So likewise, you can come up with any number of queries that need for your API or the service implementation. So these are the ones actually execute against your database, right? So then once you're done with that, you can create resources. So creating resources is something similar to designing API. So when you design API, you come up with your REST path and the HTTP verbs. So in this case also, I have created the resource path, and then I linked these resource and the HTTP methods with specific queries that I designed previously. For example, this first one linked with the read employees. So this is the path and this is the HTTP word, HTTP operation. So this is the actual query that is executed when you call this service. So likewise, you can come up with your own data service. So then you can easily convert this the DBS file into service and then expose this via API. So I have created this employee API. Then this employee API exposed to outside as API, and actual operation happen with the configured database. So this is the first one, the one creating API from the existing data source. So now I'm going to demonstrate how we can create service to aggregate three different responses. So like I mentioned earlier, I have three different endpoints. So these are called like Nexon, Wish, and Tenet. So these are providing me XML, JSON, and SOAP payload. I have created API. Inside that, I'm having this resource. Then I'm calling each of these endpoint and get the responses, and then call to next one, get the response, and finally call this one, get the response. Finally create aggregate response and respond back to client. This is what I'm going to do. So to design this flow, I have used the tool palette. You can see in my right side. So in tool palette, we have different tools that we need to design and develop integration flows. So I have completed these two, and now I can deploy these things. So once you design completed, you can extract Carbon archive file from this one, and you can directly deploy this into cloud using any other command. So if you're running this locally, then there also you can use Docker or any other image to run this. Okay, so I'll deploy these two services into my cloud runtime. And to demonstrate my third scenario, I'm going to use streaming integrator tooling. So this is again a tooling option that we provide to design and develop streaming integrations. So it's again browser-based tooling option. So to start with, I'm going to create this one. I'm going to create new one, and I have copied this source. I'm going to paste it here. So this is my configuration. As you can see here, I have provided some information to connect to Kafka. So basically Kafka host port and other connection parameters available here. Then I provided also information about WebSocket server, localhost, and the running port and stuff like that. So basically it read events from the Kafka and expose to outside as a webshop. So that's what I'm going to do. Now let me create async API view. Before that, I need to save this. I'm going to save this as a Kafka sample. Okay, now I'm going to see my async API definition. So this is the overview of the async API definition. And I'm going to use WebSocket server approach to expose this to outside. So I'll generate async API definition. Okay, so this is my async API definition. So now I can add this async API definition into my code itself, and it's added successfully. Now I can go to code view. So in my code view, you can see I have async API definition here. Then I have my implementation as well. So now I can save this one, and then my service implementation is completed. So just like that, we consume Kafka event source and expose to outside as a WebSocket server. So my implementation is completed. So now I'm going to deploy this one. So to deploy this, you can go here, and then you can select the project. And this is my cloud runtime. I have already configured this one. So if you know your server URL and the credentials that you need to connect to that cloud, you can provide them here. Then you can click here and deploy your service. Once you deploy your this service and the other two services that I designed, if you go to API Publisher, in API Publisher, when you expand the left menu, you see API services, products, and scopes. So if you go to services, then you will see relevant entries for the services I created. So that means in the API management platform, if you create any service in the that you deploy that in the micro integrator with the streaming integrator, those things will recorded in the API manager side as well, because these things are connected. And when there's a new service available, integration or streaming service, it get notified to API manager, and API manager side, you can convert these services into APIs. So now let me show how we can convert this service into API. So you click here, and then you see all the information about this API. And now I'm going to click on create new API. So it auto-populate these fields from the Open API definition we have with the employee API. Then I click on create API. So just like that, I converted this service into API. Then I can go ahead with the deployment options like I explained before. And then I can try out this API like we did before. Then once I finally satisfied about this API, I can publish this API. Okay, so this is how you can create integration service in WSO platform and expose them as a managed API.